It's not dangerous. I know more about fencing than you think. You're coming home with me right now and having a tit bath. I don't have tits. The tit baths are working, aren't they? I should give you one. Make sure you get a windshield. Freddie, I'm sorry about the tit bath. I was just really bad at Spencer's, so I don't so love the tit bath. I get those every other week. It's just... Look, I do like calling you and Sam all the time. And I love it, but it's just kind of cool hanging out with a guy, you know? Now you hate me. Carly, come on. You're like my best friend.
This is your disabled combat veteran. After 9/11 attack in New York City, Michael Commiso and the Battle Buddies on. I came back home alive, online, on a live television 4th of July parade straight online for you all to have no balls to show the parade back home on after 9/11 attack in the state of New Jersey. So, being treated unfairly is easy for people to do, so you don't have to get treated unfairly as damn, American court is that hard on sex and nudity after 9/11 attack in New York City as your disabled combat veteran after 9/11, Michael Commiso. So, apparently, the law treats you like it's so hard to find information for one on the internet, but if kids use the internet, you must be an adult online after 9/11 to bully me around here on the 4th of July street as a hometown court around here. So, for you guys to sit there like y'all it's still America thing. The country America online did not go anywhere after 9/11 attack in New York.
And I never wanted you to become obsessed.
So, while you all act like you don't send your kids to rated R movies in a free America country and everybody, oh, it's okay, it's cool, we're all Americans, the kids can watch rated R movies on American television. So, apparently, nobody knows what movies are in the world of holy shit. Everybody watched the movie The Internship, but now everybody's a genius after watching, you know. You all figure out how to scam each other as people, even more watching The Internship movie online. So, for you guys to come down hard on me for one, knowing I'm a damn disabled combat veteran. It sucks when people knock on your door and look at you like you don't know what a Commiso is on the internet after 9/11 attack in New York City around here. If everybody's hacking each other's computers around here 24 hours a day, that means everybody knows what's on the internet 24 hours a day. So, I had to come back home and get taught American law as I have a clean record, you know. For you guys to claim that I hurt a kid as a disabled combat veteran after 9/11, damn, you guys are a bunch of haters. And you're Americans at court around here in Trenton State, and you come down hard on me like that, like, oh, little kids don't know what sex and nudity is in the 21st century. That's what you teach your kids as the law, that even the kids don't know what porn and sex is? So you all had to hide off each other's computers to watch porn in a free American country after 9/11 attack in New York City around here. And the biggest balls around here had to make me look like a punk on a wrestling team, right? There's a corny gang outside that joined the wrestling team just to make me look like a punk after 9/11 attack in the state of New Jersey as a teenager. So instead of everybody growing up and expect as an adults, people as an adults grow up as an adults, I have to come back home like I'm back in high school on the wrestling team. But people, you act like I didn't like the wrestling team at high school around here. At one point, Commiso did like the wrestling team. You all can join the wrestling team from all the schools and states around here because you heard Commiso was a good wrestler after 9/11 attack in New York City. So there was only reason why you all joined the wrestling team in every school. You must have thought you was the toughest kid on the block to join the wrestling team in schools around. As people, I was special. Anybody that's from special education class gets bullied on the wrestling team in Fisher around. So for me to have glasses in high school, you guys thought I was a punk. Every school, Hamilton, Lawrence, Princeton, I wrestled PA schools. I wrestled in a different state. I wrestled in tournaments in the Pennsylvania around here, not just the state of New Jersey. And every school had to pick the biggest kid on their school to make me look like a punk on the Commiso as a wrestling team. I always felt like I wrestled the biggest kid on that wrestling team in the state of New Jersey after 9/11. So somehow, you all just came together and tried, because as a corny gang on the streets, schools, they got a thing in college where all the high school kids can wrestle each other at college in every school in college. Like, it was a summer thing. I needed my summer as a wrestler. So every kid in high school went in summer just to make me look like a punk. They all learned the fancy moves. I didn't really get to learn all the fancy moves like you all did in the summer just to join the wrestling team to make me look like a punk online. I like hanging with my family in the summer, and I hang with my grandma and went to great-great-grandma's house. But I still worked out with my dad in the summer, so I knew I had the better ability. That was the problem. I was too light on the wrestling team. You don't have to be light all the time. If you ever saw my family, I have a big, giant, fat family. Everybody in my family is fat and shit. So I needed to be 260, and when I got to my senior year in high school around here, I should have gained weight over the summer on my senior year. I was too light, as everybody was getting heavier every year in high school because coaches and referees don't lie about their weight on the wrestling team. I was always 160 even in the military. I was 160. They made me 160 in the military. And I always thought I was too light on the wrestling team my senior year. So even if I would have wrestled my senior year around here, as I had damages to my body, I got a torn ligament. You all try to break me on the wrestling team. But it's hard to break something that doesn't want to get broken. So you all can send me to court back home and try to break me back home, but they try to break me in the military. In basic training, they try to break you down in basic training. That's their job as a drill sergeant. They want to break everybody down as in base. They don't care who the hell you are or where the hell you came from. The drill sergeant's job is to break you in basic training. And everybody, even in basic training, trying to break Commiso in basic training on the wrestling team. But I stuck it out, and people, I bet everybody, all my battle buddies in basic training, they couldn't understand that I made it through basic training, even in basic training as Commiso. People my whole life told me, you will never make it in the world because I'm Commiso that served my country after 9/11 attack in New York City. So imagine when I was at war as Commiso. You just got gangsters outside throwing shit outside as signs and shit. I was at war where apparently there was an American sniper. I was at the same war as an American sniper on here. You know, I would have been friends with the American sniper online because that's a really cool name to be called after a 9/11 attack. So it's hard to make your veterans feel like superheroes when you get mocked by a gang across the street as Americans online. So it seems to me my hometown court was sitting there going to fail me in school because they can't handle me wrestling in colleges. I'm 38 years old and I could probably still kick a teenager's ass around. But I didn't come back home to fight everybody. You all came back home at war, back home in my hometown to fight with me as a veteran. So I guess the reason why veterans can't come home to get treated like American heroes because everybody got to show their balls. American kids got to show their balls around here and to prove that a corny gang outside after a 9/11 attack in New York City. So even though I've been out of the military for years, I still got that part of training that I got after 9/11 as Commiso. So if this seems that nobody really wants to hang with me back home, you all want to see how tough I am at Seaside in New Jersey as celebrities part at Seaside in this New Jersey area. So I gotta get mocked by the law kids online that they watch porn and now I'm a loser as a disabled combat veteran after 9/11 attack because you guys can't show me any respect at parties back home in America because I'm a disabled combat veteran after 9/11, Michael Commiso. You know, I miss hanging with my battle buddies. I didn't know shit about when I went to my first duty station, when you're in the military, you get taught as you go in the military. So the faster they taught Commiso, the faster I went to war. I should have slowed down in basic training and learned the military. Maybe I could have been a drill sergeant in basic training. But would I be a good basic drill sergeant if I didn't understand what war is? Are you trying to sit there? Kids don't understand what war is as gangs. Got kids are in gangs outside around the world. So people can accept each other dead online, but you can't accept each other butt, sex, and nudity online. That's how hard the fucking world is. You all claim that you didn't see yourself naked as the law, so you won't get in trouble if you see yourself naked as the law as a corny gang across the street. So instead of coming back to American role models to help you, is there American role models? I have to be an American role model to your kids because you don't know how to be a role model as American parents in a free country after 9/11. It's my responsibility to be a good dad for everybody's kids around here, as the law looks at me as a disabled combat veteran after 9/11. So while you all sit out there and beg for respect, I'm like, holy shit. Some asshole is cutting somebody's head off for no goddamn reason in the world because you're a dick online on the internet after 9/11 attack. So I have to get killed by some asshole after 9/11 and to come home to get bullied by the people I served my goddamn country for? My American law can't figure out as they fuck that court and says they all act like they're all in the ghetto in the world. You know, there's only like one ghetto in the world, right? I bet there's only one ghetto in the world on the streets. As he walked and mocked at me. Holy shit, everybody's watching Sesame Street just to sit there and make fun of me. Holy shit, what's the meaning of being an American hero on a 4th of July street? Holy shit, I have to sit here as an adult and get treated like shit. Holy shit. And then you get mad at me when you treat me like shit. That's why nice guys in the world get screwed over. Because really people don't got balls in the world nowadays. They shit on the nicest people on television. You're all smart enough to figure out where everybody's on the internet, but you can't find a missing person online. As you hack me even hacking me as your hometown American hero back home. So it's kind of hard to figure out how the hell you all can sit there and make the news on television nowadays. Not everybody believes what they hear on the internet, so it's hard to believe everything you watch on actual news. As I got combat PTSD, I have a reason not to trust people. How Americans don't trust their veterans back home kind of fucked up at court around here. Right? I got kids mocking me that they're in the gang, so they gotta mock me they fucked outside as the blood's across the street in a free American country. But adults don't see that. They only see that I got a shirt and I'm allowed to treat a disabled combat veteran after 9/11 attack in New York City like shit. So now I got terrorists hurting my fucking head online as Commiso as you hack my junk online in a free country and all around the world and everything. To go home and get mocked by the people I serve. You're all pussies across the street because you mocked a disabled combat veteran after 9/11. You're pussy at court. So now you gotta keep mocking me and prove that I'm a bad parent after 9/11 attack in the state of New Jersey in a fucking American court around. So everybody's fucking on the side and your Americans mocking me in the state of New Jersey. And I'm trying to keep my fucking head on my shoulders because I'm the nicest guy in the world and I get bullied on the wrestling team. And I still make you look like a pussy around here on the wrestling team. So I gotta get pussy by the bloods across the street. Cause they act like I'm a bad parent than them, but they teach their kids to be a fucking bloods on the street. As a disabled combat veteran after 9/11 attack in New York City around here. So they figure Commiso ain't gonna say shit when people pull down my fucking pants to stare at my ass. That's a fucking pussy abroad across the street. So they all talking shit about me, but I'll be a better fucking dad around here than you at court around here. That's a pussy bloods across the street. On the wrestling team. The Bloods had to join the wrestling team to make Commiso look like a pussy. And that's the best shit you can talk about your American hero on American streets after 9/11 attack. So as the nice guy, I go out of my way to be nice to people for kids to grab their shit because their blood's across the street to mock me as I got a pussy monitoring my fucking damn computer after 9/11 trying to teach me I'll be a bad dad one day as an American soldier after 9/11 attack in New York City. And that's the best shit they can come up as Americans on a 4th of July street to teach their kids to go out of the way to treat me like shit. While I got pussy terrorists say I ain't do shit at war as I got a fucking better voice than you as you sound like assholes that attacked America after 9/11. Now you can't look like an asshole after 9/11. When somebody starts a war in history, they can't look like an asshole at war after 9/11 attack on. So instead of everybody got balls to hack me and your children talking shit about me, I'm your goddamn American hero no matter what you fucking do to me. So instead of walking, this American streets online, instead of me walking out the door, instead of, you figure by now everybody's got their life of their own in America on the 4th of July street. The same people that try to get me in trouble in school on the wrestling team moved across the street. As it looks like a Lawrence kid that I wrestle lives across the street. That's how friends are. People move around you to hate on you. So it looks like I wrestled them kids across the street when I was in Fisher School around here. So you all try to make me look bad on camera, and as veterans back home, how do you all look as I could have got killed all around the world to come home and the people that look like I fucking wrestled just moved around here to bully me so I won't go to high school and wrestle on the tournaments? That's the game they still have back home as a disabled combat veteran after 9/11 attack in New York City. So, you know, I can say shit at court, but for all you guys to sit there and determine that I'd be a bad dad before I even came back home from war, you guys look like fucking haters in the world. They all claim that they're cool at the party, but they're the fucking haters in the world online. Alright? They're cool kids across the street that join a gang. But apparently I'm not cool enough as a kid after 9/11 to serve my country after 9/11 to join a pussy gang across the street. We live in Mercer Township. There's not a lot of ghettos in America, as there's not a lot of ghettos in the other country. So it sucks that people make their streets look bad to rap in a music video, right? But that's not the meaning of rap. You would think by now people are not talking shit about their streets no more because they would understand rap music and they don't talk shit about their streets no more. Right? I come back home from war to fucking pussy bloods at the door. To teach me I'll be a bad dad one day as an American hero that kids look up to me. Oh, I took a poetry class. Not every fucking word has to rhyme in the rap song class. But they're still spitting at the door. I'm a piece of shit, motherfucker. But they're pussies that can't party with me after 9/11 at the fucking door. I'm so fucking corny at parties. You all gotta arrest me. As cool as me as I serve my country. What can they teach their kids across the street? I'm a pussy that joined a gang on the street. Right? So I got assholes mocking me, walking down my street and hating on me. I ain't do shit to nobody on the streets, but I'm the fucking pussy that joined the wrestling outside. So everybody on the wrestling team trying to make me look like a pussy. Damn, man, you cannot pin Commiso. No matter how much you break Commiso on the wrestling team, you can't fucking pin Commiso. As a pussy of bloods across the street marching and laughing at me, you're still American fucking family across the street mocking me as a disabled combat veteran after 9/11 in the state of New Jersey. So I can't get invited to a cool party back home because you all got to mock me. Every kid at the door is selling their junks to me. How much fucking respect did you fucking show me? As a disabled combat veteran after 9/11 on the street. But people just beat me, call me names, and never give a fucking shit about me as a Commiso on the street. But I'm your fucking best friend that got killed by some asshole in the world serving my country. So you gotta fucking mock at me. That's the best respect you could give to me on American fucking streets. You all got balls, but they all don't care to go to court with me. So I guess I'm just a fucking piece of shit. Disabled combat veteran after 9/11 as you teach your kids across the street. So it sucks that people can make world peace, but you all rather sit there and hate on me. That's not what rap is. If you really listen to rap, because everybody knows more, because I guess because I'm a white kid in Mercer Township in America, don't know what rap is. And so, be me. I'm a white kid on the block, Mercer Township on the wrestling team. So I must don't know shit about rap. But if you really listen to rap, all you have to do is listen to the rap song and figure out what the hell they're saying. That's how deep rap is. Rap's so deep, you already know what they're talking about in the rap song. Before you even play the song, you can listen to 3 words to a rap song and understand what the rap song. If that was true, hey kids, if people listen to rap music, there'd be no more wars and violence on the streets in the world. That's how deep rap is. But nowadays, it just seems like you all try to pick fights in rap songs on every street in the world. But people didn't have to rap that hard in the 60s. I think rap came out around 60s, I think. Rap been around a long time for the internet to you're messing up the internet so much. You're not just talking shit about me on the internet as your hometown. You're talking shit about each other all over the internet. So we as a human being somehow came up with world peace in the world, but since we got the internet, we all could talk shit about each other on the internet. But it sucks that people treat you like a nerd and an outcast in school and bully you as on the wrestling team at you're in high school. Right? That's the reason why I always got the bigger kid on the wrestling team. You all thought you could beat the crap out of me, but I wrestle big kids on the wrestling. If that guy was I wrestle a big giant guy in PA. If that guy was fucking 160, and I'm a little guy, I'm a little Commiso, I'm not a tall Commiso, that guy was no goddamn 160. Every time I wrestle a kid in high school, it seems like the kids were getting bigger than me in every fucking year. So if that guy was 160, there was something wrong with the weighting system in high school in America. Because I can pick up the heavy guy. When when I wrestled on the UN high school, Mr. Basage and Mr. Book, I gotta speak. If I say your name wrong, I really got a speech impediment. So I got a learning disability, but they all back home, Americans around me, can't figure out how to treat American back home. So it was Mr. Bookholt and the main teachers was Kimishima, Mr. Bookholt, and Mr. Basage, and I had wrestled the coaches. I wrestled Mr. Basage, I wrestled Mr. Bookholt, I wrestled with the Kimishima, I wrestled with all the coaches in high school. And the coaches had a hard time. They can all act like they didn't have a hard. I was 160, and coaches are up to 280. When you come in the 30s, everybody's 280 when you're in the 30s. So I was a premature baby born in the born in the USA. I was always the little guy in high school. I was always you all know, when you go to high school, there's giants in high school. So time I got my senior year on the wrestling team, I figured I'd get my year off to join. Everybody made a big deal in my yearbook that I was joining the military, so I joined the military because everybody made a big deal in high school around. So I made it in the military. If they call me a disabled, if the government calls me a disabled combat veteran after 9/11, I must have did something right for y'all to sit there and act like they can't help a disabled combat veteran after 9/11. So, you know what? I think all people do nowadays is shit on each other. That's why kids can't make it in the world. You even shit on your kids in the world. There's a corny gang in the world on the street. Your kids can't make it because you can't. You all got colleges in every country, but we all somehow got colleges in every country. So I think each country is smart enough to let their own country online and everything. So I don't know where the hate comes from. You rather pick on me and solve world issues as a veteran after 9/11. But I really still don't think I did enough for you guys that did to me, as I didn't even get to figure out where the good pornos. How the fuck? If the law knows where the good porn is, why does the American free law fuck you up on free porn when they know where to go as American? How hard is it for the law to direct us for safe sex on the internet, as kids use the internet too 24 hours a day? So they had to sit there and go out of your way and blame one person in history because pussy terrorists and gangsters can't claim what they did to America after 9/11. So I must have did something after high school, right? I'm sorry I felt the hate in high school when I didn't wrestle my senior year. So my senior year, I hang with the outcasts at the high school around here. It's like you make me feel like a hero as a veteran after 9/11. But people could take that away from you, just mocking you as on the court, on the streets around. So, you're grown-ass adults at court picking on a veteran after 9/11 attack. While the law sits there and act like kids don't see everything too as an adult on the internet. So, I highly doubt sex is the worst thing after 9/11, I think sex is the number one thing online. So, I just don't understand that people can have a good time and figure out where all the cool parties are on the internet, but they can't figure out how to stop a war on the streets in the world after 9/11 attack. So I think it's bullshit of the hate. Human beings in the 21st century don't even have a reason to start a war online. We all can come together, as we all got colleges in every country, and learn to solve world history issues in the world. But I'm an American soldier. It sucks when your kids wave at me around here in a 4th of July street and then turn on you because they can't afford a porch around here or a car around here as a corny gang outside. We was getting robbed after 9/11. You know, it sucks that I'm in special education in high school. You know, just because somebody's in special education in high school, don't give you a right to bully them. There was probably a reason why I wasn't a special educator. I learned different. That's what's wrong with the world. If somebody learns different from the crowded internet, you have a nervous breakdown with somebody, because I'm not an asshole and a hater in the world, and I come back with, I apologize if you're in a corny gang outside after 9/11. But it don't give you a right for even you as a gang to treat me like shit. If everybody cares about American flag in America, there's other countries that cares about America. We got help after 9/11. There was countries that helped America. So if there's countries after 9/11 that help America, I highly doubt America country's that bad for you guys to sit at court and try to teach me how to be a bad parent one day. As because you watch more. If you watch the whole sex online, the whole world knows that everybody has sex online. So I gotta get cockblocked back home in my hometown court because they got no balls to stand up for the American heroes back home. But does that stop me making goofy videos? Because everybody wants me to be a hater online after 9/11. I act like everybody else. I like making people laugh. The number one reason why I make my YouTube channel, I didn't come back home to hate some pussy gang across. I didn't come back home to hate a pussy gang acrosses. You already said to hate me because I wouldn't be going through what I'm going through as you all act like you don't know who I am. Is that it? The reason why people get missing or killed on the streets in the world? Because your best friends online in the world that can't figure out how to solve a mystery. That's why crime on American television is bullshit. If everybody can live at a cool party and come home alive around here. For you guys can't figure out where your best friends are on the streets as GPSs and internet. So we have enough technology where we can get a robot and find a missing. We got the technology. A robot can find a missing person faster as the robot's connected to the satellite. We put a quadrillion-dollar fucking satellite and you can't find a missing person. People in the world figure out how to put a fucking satellite to watch TV and internet, but people can't figure out where a missing person is. So I came back to haters. As that when I was on the wrestling team, I noticed that it felt like people hated me because I didn't wrestle my senior year at high school. And I felt I should take a year off in school on the wrestling team to join the military after 9/11 attack. That's what I was thinking. I was worrying. I was losing. I felt like the wrestling team would do better without me in my senior year because I felt like everybody's trying to beat me up in my senior year in high school after 9/11. You know, I had to beat Lawrence. There was only really 3 schools around. I beat every school around here. And it felt like 3 kids, Lawrence, Princeton, and Hamilton. And there was the only 3 kids that beat the crap out of me. It was even hard for them 3 kids to pin me in high school. So it looks like Lawrence and Princeton and Hamilton all wrestled at colleges around here and at the summer school. You train each other how to wrestle, and when the camera came on, I had camera people wrestling me. So you all try to beat me up in every high school I wrestled, even PA, so I won't make it to the tournament. My best times when I wrestle at the tournament. I can wrestle better at the tournament. And somebody must have noticed that I wrestle better at the tournament. And you all try to break me in every school. Because I felt like you all tried to put the same, every kid tried to put the same move on me. I couldn't figure out how to keep beating me as Commiso after 9/11 attack. They kept doing the same move on me, and I couldn't figure out how they kept putting that move on me in high school. Because I had pimples. I was worried about how the girl was looking at me on the wrestling team in high school. I wasn't paying attention on the wrestling team as a teenager. I was looking in the audience. I think I was bored on the wrestling team. When somebody keeps putting the same move on you, after I get bored on the wrestling, I couldn't figure out how they keep pinning me in the same fucking move. It's because I had no weight on the wrestling team. Anybody, I heard, the Guinness World Record, a girl can pick you up as a child as 160. So if a kid can pick a 160 up, you all had to show off and pick me up on the wrestling team. And I knew what to do to pin you. When he was in Fisher, I knew what to do to pin you in Fisher. That's why I pinned. I didn't have to go through all this fancy moves to pin you like you did in high school. That's why I couldn't figure out how to go. It's because, I'm trying to break every damn high school. I wrestle at tournaments, but I went to practice on weekends around here. I wrestled in practice, and Commiso was always there on the wrestling team. But my senior year, you all broke me until you all probably all look fancy your senior year to go to colleges. You all got scholarships off of Commiso because I didn't wrestle my senior year in high school around you. Because everybody made a big deal that I was going in the military. And you know what? I'm proud of you all could talk shit about the same wrestling moves around here. But I did something in America after 9/11. It ain't my fault there's a gang in a free American country. You all act like it's so hard to clean up the streets in America, but it ain't that hard. As it ain't that hard to clean up the streets in the other countries. So I don't know who the haters are. If the haters see everybody fucking and smoking weed online and having world peace, how the fuck you come up with this fucking war shit and hate on each other in the world? So, I highly doubt that I'm a bad role model for kids back home at court around here. As, damn, I can't sleep. You made me that way. Because, well, they all adults across the street trying to teach their kids what to respect the soldier after 9. This is the best respect you can show your American soldiers after 9/11. So, I noticed when I'm an outcast, I was a shy, quiet kid. Any shy, quiet kid had difficulties to do things with kids after school as a shy kid. So, it's hard to believe that the military got along with Commiso because I was a shy, quiet kid in the military. I didn't say, I wasn't even this loud and far. Commiso was so quiet in formation. So the higher rank in my first duty station didn't even know I was there. So they told me to work in the mailroom and with the civilians. So they told me I didn't have to make formation in my first duty station. So people got mad at me because I wasn't making formation. But whoever told me the first day, I got jet lag. I know what I figured out what jet lag is. It's when you go through a time zone. When you go through a time zone, it's like going back in time in the Back to the Future machine. Because the hours around the corner is different from the hours in America. So when I traveled to my first duty station, I think I was still tired from AIT, and I listened to the first NCO that told me to do something. They said, you can work with the civilian in the mailroom, and I don't have to make formation in the morning. I said, I don't have to make formation in the morning? So I didn't care if I worked at the mailroom and at Ray Barracks online. Working with the civilians were cool because the civilians were veterans too. There were prior service that worked at the mailroom. So even though there were civilians, there were veterans, American veterans. Everybody liked me in Ray Barracks because I could deliver your mail, and I make sure you get your mail at the CMR, and they made me a mailman at war. So Commiso went postal on the internet. I understand mail, and I guess I got bored with mail. But I still had fun. I could say in history, whoever the damn I don't know. Don't ask me who the American sniper is. I don't know. That's Commiso. And I delivered mail to the American sniper online as I went to war at the same time as American sniper online. You know, I could have got blown up delivering all that mail to you, as you all didn't give me a gunner in my mail truck. I was an engineer in the military, so I worked on generator. The mechanics fight with the generator, but I didn't know why, because everything at the motor pool were mechanics. I guess they had a thing where who's the better team when the motor pool after in mechanics. But you're all in mechanics technically everybody can work on the generator in the motor pool. That's how fast things got done. The whole motor pool can work on that generator so we have electricity at night so everybody could sleep at night in the barracks. But I was on guard. You know, for a guy from special education class and the military trusted me to go on guard 24 hours a day. They said, Commiso, come here, you're on guard. I'm like, shit, I'm Commiso on guard. Everybody's going to shoot Commiso on guard because they know I'm a Commiso on the internet. That's how tight the internet. So I probably had everybody around my guard tower that came up. Who's that in the guard tower after 9/11? It was me, Commiso. So when everybody's playing with WWF and WWE at war, I was on guard because I was protecting WWE and WWF. And the way I guard, anybody that shot at me, I would somehow figure out how to operate my M16 and shoot you back. That's because I wanted to go see the WWE too. And WWF. I didn't meet a lot of celebrities at war. But, you know, I met cool people in the world. I'm not trying to hate. This is not a hating video, whatever haters do. I had fun with my battle buddies. And I couldn't get, I was so, if y'all want to know how upset Commiso was, I was on guard and everybody's partying with their WWE and WWF and all the girls on. But I had fun on guard towers. You can hear me miles away on guard tower. That's how loud I was. If anybody could have figured out where that guard tower online, when even the bad guys got GPSs on their phone, I was the loudest fucking soldier at the tower. When everybody's pitch black on the mobile, I just realized why they turn off all the lights on the base at night. Because there were bad guys around me. But I was laughing so loud, everybody could figure out where Commiso was at war online. Now you can't figure out who Commiso are in America. I was having a good time. I must have freaked out the bad guys because I could have got my head blown off at war in the guard towers. But you hear this fucking hyena laughing at the guard tower. They got a fucking hyena in their tower. America's got a hyena in their towers. We gotta get the fuck out of here. They got a hyena. The Marines had a hyena at the tower laughing so loud. So, and there's snipers in the war and shit. But I had a good time. Everybody that guard, I had a good time. It's true. Yeah, people prefer to have a drink and weed at the party, but I didn't get to drink and get stoned at war like everybody. I was at guard. I was laughing and shit, having a good time after 9/11, and I don't even know where the fuck I was at war. But apparently, for a court, I guess I'm not classified enough as I guess you really can't classify me as American soldier after 9. I was loud. I was a shy kid from high school that couldn't talk to a girl because there was a girl, I think it was Hamilton. Man, that's what happened. They got mad because I took the girls on the wrestling team, and I didn't even date the girls in high school around here. Maybe I had one girlfriend in high school, but it wasn't really a girlfriend because I really didn't do anything with her after high school. And it was high school girlfriends. So how many girlfriends do you think I have for y'all to beat me up because every lady wanted to get it on with me after 9/11 in America? But I don't know, shit. If it's that hard to talk to a woman in America, you don't have to hack my balls. Nowadays, people gotta see each other's balls online to figure out who has balls online. That's the education you're teaching to your kids in the world. You're all grown-ups and know what it takes to have world peace, but instead you all sit there and act like it's so hard. If your kids, you all claim that the internet wants to be safe for kids to be on the internet. But how safe, is that hard to be safe in America and all around the world? And you all somehow kept your kids alive all around the world after 9/11 attack in New York City. And I'm the goofy guy. Oh shit, I gotta join the military because I'm on a wrestling team. I might look like a pussy if I didn't join the military after 9/11. That's one thing I thought my senior year in high school. It seems that people only like you when you win in this world. If you're not winning in this world, people shit on you in this world. So sometimes on the wrestling team, I felt like people only liked me because I won the wrestling match. But I felt the disappointment. I felt disappointment as a wrestler because I'm the guy that pinned you all the time. I felt like I had the best coaches in high school in 2004. And 2000, I was in high school in my 2000 year. and I graduated 2004. So it seems like everybody just makes you try to look like that's the reason why I got hacked and got to go to court back home. But it seems I'm the only one that got balls to keep going to court around here, as pussies around. And you teach that shit to your kids. Who's a pussy and who has balls? And it's the best shit you could talk about on the internet. You know, we have the ability as planet Earth and outer space to get along as human beings, as a human race online by now. So if people came out of their ways, oh, it's my fault that there's crime, and people use the internet 24 hours a day online, it's kind of shocking that there's any crime on American television at all, as America is the greatest country. You know, I ain't saying to disrespect the other countries, but America is the greatest country in the world. You know, people come to move to America for our freedom. So I highly doubt after 9/11 a soldier like me. That's why it took all these years to talk shit about me as a corny gang outside. But it seems to me your worst parents try to hunt down sex and nudity. Instead of the law hunting down, there's one bad guy, 1% crime, one bad guy outside. I highly doubt there's a whole bunch of bad guys after 9/11. Because people in real life don't want to look bad in real life. Movies are actors. That's their character in the movie. But in real life, people don't want to look bad on American television in the reality show. So you all try to make me look bad to cover up a crime after 9/11 as a soldier after 9/11. You figure, oh shit, if we don't have to treat Commiso like shit back home, because they could talk shit about me in America after 9/11 attack. I'm not trying to talk shit about people back home. I was trained in the military to respect people in the military. And I figure if I show respect back home to my own court, and fucking laid up to me, but it seems like you're out to get me at court back home. Even though the facts are facts that I'm a true artist. You know, when I was in school, I worried about people treating me like I was an idiot or stupid because I was in special education class. So it took me more effort. Yeah, I may have been in special education classes. I still got A's and B's in high school. I could have got I think that's why the coaches got mad at me. My senior year, I could have got, if I lost or win a lot my senior year, I could have got a scholarship to go to college because I was a really good wrestler. If I could beat everybody in the state except for Lawrence and Hamilton and Princeton, then I could beat everybody at colleges. There's just not them three people around here. So I really didn't have to wrestle that hard my senior year. I already proved that I could beat you on the wrestling team. I didn't gain weight. Everybody says, when you're a senior, you all look like you're on steroids when you're a senior year on high school. I worked out the normal way. They say if you eat right, eat vegetables and this sports drink, the protein drinks. So every weekend I worked out with my dad around here. So you all had to scare me to go to Trenton and work out with my dad. And instead of being adults across the street, I got the same teenagers that's trying to prove that I ain't a good person to be a good parent one day because they want to get me kicked out of colleges back home as a disabled combat. I may be out of shape, but I do realize that I was trained in the military. It seems to me they taught me in the military if I get in trouble with the law in the military, I get a worse penalty than the civilians. So I came home to assholes that's trying to get me in trouble with the law back home. As damn, nobody has better things to do but set up Commiso, acting like kids don't know what free porn is online. So it's hard to believe that people can come up with the hate on Commiso like that. Because I think I would have done really good my senior year. All I needed was to gain weight. If my coaches or if somebody said don't have to make weight no more my senior year, I eat a lot of pizza. I eat a lot of Nino pizza in this apartment. And I'm 285 pounds. I was 300 pounds before. It's because I had a hernia surgery. My stomach don't have the same muscle to hold 160 as I'm 280 pounds. Nobody in any school at college can pick up Commiso. Because I'm almost 300 pounds. And I figured out they knew that I was a light wrestler, so they used their weight on I wrestled my 11th year in high school. I was good my 11th year, even though you all some kind of live television reality show on the wrestling team around here. I never knew when you filmed me, I never knew when cameras was filmed. I was blind. All I heard was people yelling Commiso on the wrestling team. So I tried to follow Commiso's name and try to see what the coaches was doing. But I couldn't see. I was blind. So I knew what the coaches was distracting me too. It felt like the referee was distracting me. Everybody on the wrestling team was distracting me. The audience distracted me. Everybody in the wrestling world. I didn't even know I was in the wrestling world on the internet. That's Commiso that joined the military. So I sort of just did Commiso in high school. Whatever I did my freshman year to get the first place medal, I should have wrestled like that all 30. But I was a teenager on the wrestling team. If you ever saw Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and their turtles in high school online? Well, I was Michelangelo in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in high school. So I was trying to get pizza and figure out how to get laid in high school. Well, I really didn't get laid in high school. So if you really think I got laid in the military, no. I was on guard and everybody's fucking on guard to mock me because I was soldier after 9/11 attack in New York City. So if the best thing to welcome me back home is the cop block me from sex online, Whippy fucking do acts like they all sat there and act like I had the best porn as the law. I had the best porn. If you had the best porn in the world on your computer, every law enforcement is hacking your computer right now. But I have shit on my computer. That's what's wrong with the world. It sucks that only the cool people can party at the parties. Right? Then you realize, what the fuck they do to go in that cool party in the world? You know, if you don't have to go out of the way to play me as a gang outside. I thought the gang is cool, but it's not. A disabled combat veteran is cool on the streets. So I made the right decision in high school. Even though I felt like people bullied me in high school because I was on the wrestling team. I feel that people bully wrestlers more as a sport because were dudes on the mat, and what teenagers told. Oh, he's only on the wrestling team because he wants to grab that guy, and that's the number one thing they say to wrestlers. I wasn't even thinking about that when I was on the wrestling team. I felt bad when I lost. I felt happy. You all go out of your way to make me happy on the wrestling team as Commiso. So when I won, you all told me we're going to put you in the newspaper, Commiso, because you wrestle with your heart in Mercer Township. So if they put me in the newspaper, I never saw that they put me in the newspaper. That I didn't worry about fame and medals on the wrestling team. I didn't really care if I got third place in the tournament, as long as I helped my wrestling team to get. When I was on the wrestling team, for some reason, I felt like our wrestling team at UN High School was the best wrestling team of all time. Hey, you know, I think we was the best wrestling team in all time when Commiso was on the wrestling. In the military, you all got high medals in the military because Commiso was in the military. So it sucks when everybody needs Commiso. You can't really kill this guy yet. If I'm the funniest guy at war, you can't kill the funniest guy at war. So to come home and everybody sit around like, it's America. If your kids can figure out how everybody gets on online, America can't be that bad. So I feel like I'm getting mistreated because you know for a fact that I'm a disabled combat vet. Right? If everybody has their own lives online, there won't be that much crime on the internet if everybody has the life of their own on the internet. But you all sit there and you have to mock each other. Right? So I guess when I was on the wrestling team, I didn't feel wanted. You know, like when you were in the military, everybody made me feel like an American hero because I was in uniform. I was in this uniform after 9/11. Every airport, all Americans made me feel special because I'm an American soldier. And now I'm a disabled combat veteran after 9/11. Commiso's getting older too, and I feel like I deserve a lot back home where I deserve to have a good life too as a veteran. So if the law can't figure out how to practice safe sex online as the law on the internet, it's not the American people. It's something wrong with the law on the sex and the nudity online. Because it seems like everybody doesn't have a nervous, not everybody has a nervous breakdown over sex online. You don't have kids. How the fuck people in high school teach you about sex, and then they go get mad at you because you teach them sex in American schools online. So where's that anger on the sex? If you really hate sex that much, there's something wrong with you in the world. Because nobody can hate sex like that. As you have to have a family to have sex, to have kids. So I don't know who's the hater in the state of New Jersey back home after 9/11. Because I was the nice kid on the block in Mercer Town. I got beat up in Trenton. They punched me I was in first grade, and our family had to move to Mercer because I punched that kid back in Trenton. Nobody didn't do shit in Trenton. I looked at my parents. I looked at the teachers. This kid punched me in Trenton. And I thought every kid liked me in Trenton, so I don't know why I got punched. So the next day, I was upset because I felt like the whole school liked Commiso in Trenton. I didn't understand why he punched me. So I was upset that they punched me. So the next day, I punched that kid in the stomach. And Commiso family had to move to Mercer from Trenton. That's why I'm the older kid in every class around here. Because I stood back in first grade because I punched a kid. Because he punched me. If I'm the nice kid in school and you had the nerve to punch me, then I don't know what I did to get punched in school as the nice kid in school. So I got upset. I couldn't figure out why nobody did shit. So the next day I punched him in the stomach. The same thing, everybody had a nervous breakdown because I punched the kid in the stomach. And we moved to Mercer, and I joined the wrestling team in Fisher. You know? And I was the same teenagers with pimples like Teenage Mutant. I was still a kid trying to figure out how to play with the kids in Fisher. And people can get along with you as a kid in Fisher. When I went to high school, I guess people learn more to say because they don't teach you all the words in the I guess when people learn more words, that gives you the right to talk shit about each other. But that's not what they taught you in school. They taught me if you get in trouble in school, they kick you out of school. As everybody tried to beat me up in high school, because they must have learned Commiso came from Trenton to Mercer around. So yeah, I do believe. So the only reason why people join the wrestling team in high school, because you heard that I was a good wrestler. So, well, I was distracted by everybody's yelling Commiso, and I couldn't figure out what everybody's yelling about. I was distracted because I had pimples like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, and I had goofy glasses on the wrestling. So everybody thought I was a genius because I had glasses in high school. But I was in special education classes. So everybody copied off of my answers in high school. Even in the art class, I felt like the whole class was watching Commiso trying to make art in the class. But I was too shy to look up. When you're a shy kid, you don't look up as people that talk to each other. So I was a shy kid at war. You know, they taught you things in the military, but I still respected my battle buddies because I was a shy kid in the military. So it's obvious that people use the information against you because they got no lives of their own, while there's got information of their side. If I'm the worst thing on the internet after enough, if you can watch my goofy videos and say that I'll be a bad dad one day, then there's something wrong with this fucking world. Because I stood up to fucking gangsters in the world. Even on the wrestling team, there's gangs that came to you in high school to try to make me look like a pussy on the wrestling team. But you couldn't pin me. The harder you try to pin me, the harder was to pin Commiso. That's how good I was. I just didn't have the weight. I may have been getting muscles, but I had no weight to build the muscle. When I was working out with my dad in the weight room in Trenton, a bodybuilder told me to build muscle, you need fat too. You have to have something for that muscle to build on. So if you're 160 all the way to your seat, I was 160 in the military. This is the first time in my lifetime that I'm a fat guy. I can fit in my family now. Everybody in my family is fat now. So I can fit in now. I'm fat too. You know? I have the perfect weight to work out, but I had a hernia. Oh, you guys must have beat me up after 9/11. Everybody tried to make me look bad on the camera on a 4th of July street. So I made goofy videos. I say, well, if they're going to make videos of me at war anyways, I might as well make videos at war. If they're going to put me on Action News to die, and a free American television, I figure I should make good. I think I chilled out all the back when I was at war. I chilled out everybody making goofy videos on them. Everybody could kill each other at war, but Commiso kept everybody alive because Commiso wanted to stay alive at war. When everybody was angry, I was like laughing and shit at the guard tower. So every bad guy in that country could have heard, every sniper could have heard Commiso at the, I don't even know why they turned the lights off in base. I was in Black Ops. They say you gotta be quiet on base. And I'm listening to Britney Spears. I can't sleep at war because I can hear everybody talking and screaming in the barracks. So I blocked out I turned up the music at war after to block out everybody at war. And you could have heard my Britney Spears if it was that quiet on the base. But my higher ranks probably saying, what the hell is Commiso listening to the radio for at night for? Because I was trying to block out the war with music, you know? That's what I was trying to do. I don't know what everybody else was trying to do at war. I was trying to play some music at war and block out the war. So in a way, I'm trying to block out the court shit, and I'm in my own state of mind of being Commiso. I don't want to be like everybody. If everybody haters in the world, I grew up with Michael Jackson in the Back to the Future movie. I'm an 80s baby. So I don't understand 90s kids. I don't understand the 2000 kids. I'm back in time in Commiso, and I'm still back at the guard tower singing and dancing because I served my country after 9/11. You all could have shot the shit out of Miles fucking. I was so loud at the barracks, you could have shot me miles away from the guard tower. But I still was laughing and shit. Somehow my battle buddies made me laugh at the guard tower. No matter what you did, I laughed at the guard tower. So if there was a sniper out there trying to aim at Commiso, it probably was the American sniper. The American sniper heard Commiso and said, what the fuck is that soldier laughing about? Can you shut him up? No, maybe American sniper used me to get all the bad guys because they tried to shut me up because I was laughing and the bad guys got mad after 9/11. So American Sniper used my laughter at war to drag all the bad guys. Right? After 9/11, you try to make American soldiers look bad on television. But there's some goofy guy at the guard tower laughing and shit. So everybody was... If I pissed off somebody at war, I didn't know Commiso pissed anybody at war. I thought I was like, that's why the Marines liked me at war. Because I made the Marines laugh at war. That's how cool I was serving my country. I was the Army guy that somehow made the Marines laugh in the world. It's hard to make Marines laugh. Oh yeah, because Marines don't got sense of humor. They figure, a soldier in a uniform don't got a sense of humor. Well, somehow all the bullshit that you hit me with, I'm still the funny guy after 9/11. All the serious YouTube videos I've been making, even my serious videos are funny. You can't, that's in history, somebody that, I don't understand people in the first place. Right? If everybody's smoking weed, everybody's a porn star. Everybody's a porn star at court around here. I don't understand where all this hate came from on Commiso, man. So, I think it's bullshit. I think the hate, really don't have no reason to hate each other no more. If people die over a cheeseburger, if America can't figure out how to feed the hunger in America by now, then there's something wrong with the system. You're all Americans outside. If you can't figure out how to take care of your veterans back home, well, you all use me to get laid at parties around here. I may be a shy kid from high school, but I'm a shy adult that gave up trying to make friends at kids in high school. Right? I go out of my way to be friends in high school with it. I thought everybody liked me in high school. But at one point in time, I felt the hate in the high. You must have grew, when you're a teenager, I guess you can hate on people when you grow pimples in high school. That's when everybody start hating on each other.
Come on, let's watch him a little more so you know exactly what we're up against.
But I'm getting, do I deserve to have a bad life because a few assholes at court around here had all these years to determine that I'll be a bad dad one day, and I'm your role model as your disabled combat vet. I'm supposed to be your role model. You know, I didn't drop out of high school after 9/11. I went all the way through to serving my country. I took the same test in high school, and I still got that test that you take for the They made Commiso take that test for college and high school too, you know. I was in the same classes as Arpit Gandhi, one of my best friends. I was in the same classes as Arpit Gandhi as a special education kid. So there could have been a chance in high school the teacher moved me to the other classes. But I always felt, damn dude, because people bully you when you're in special education class. So that's what I came back home to. You're all grown-ass adults across the street, and you live your own lives in America. Everybody moved around here because you knew I'm a disabled combat veteran. So that's what's wrong with the world. You know, it sucks that people believe in the haters in the world. You all grew up in the hippies world on the internet. That's why I can't figure out how people can hate on sex and nudity that much. If you all grew up in the 60s and the 70s and the 80s on the internet as grown adults online. So, the hate in the world is bullshit. You know what? I'd rather teach kids that it's safe to trick or treat in Mercer Township than rather, I have to prove to this veteran that I'm tougher than him because I joined a wrestling team too on the internet. So, yeah, at one point, I was happy on the wrestling team because everybody made me feel good that I was wrestling on the wrestling team. But I have ADD. For you guys, you all my teachers as coaches, there's a chance that I'm dyslexic. The reason why I may have speech impediment might be related to, when I read a book, they see things backwards. So there must be a chance that I'm dyslexic if I have a speech impediment. So I was dyslexic in the military. But I hardly got in trouble in the military. Somehow the military liked Commiso, and I got ADD and speech impediment in the military. I do have stage fright. If I was a psych, I want to win. If I had to go on American Got Talent, I want to make sure that I get to act right the first time, because I don't know how many times I could keep going back to American Got Talent. But when you're a veteran, you guys go out of your way to make your veterans. We all have to go to hospital back home as a veteran, right? You all have to prove to yourselves that I'm a veteran or something as a veteran back home. So That's why it got harder on the wrestling team. When everybody made you feel like you was on the wrestling team, there was one point I felt like everybody was trying to get me in trouble in high school, so I get kicked off the wrestling team. Because I had really good coaches in high school, as I had really good coaches in Fisher. The coaches, the same coaches was my teachers, Mr. Bucco and Mr. Basis, and I had Mr. Kimishima's class in high school. All my coaches taught me in high school. Mr. Kimishima taught about science. He was like space science. He was a science teacher that taught all the scientists. I guess when you're in high school, they don't break down science as much. They break down science in colleges. So they make you nervous when you go to college because they break down every class. That's why everybody gets nervous going to college, because they make everything sound harder in college. But you get the same teacher, and somehow the teachers was following me to high school. The same, every teacher followed me to high school. My speech impediment teacher followed me to high school. I had a guidance counselor teacher. My same guidance counselor teacher was the same from Fisher. All my teachers followed me to high school. So, you know what? If you're all having a nervous breakdown that Commiso figure out where sex is, you know, how hard is it to put a veteran in college around you? You don't worry about I'm going to have sex with all the girls back home as a veteran. I don't mind going to college. I like to go to Princeton. The reason why I like Princeton is close to my home. Princeton is close to my home where I grew up. 2, I wrestle Princeton. 3, you know, I like Albert Einstein. You know, maybe there's more teachers that teach about Albert Einstein at Princeton University. So, I don't think everybody thinks I'm an asshole back home from war. And I'm not trying to make you look like an asshole across the street, because I'm a grown-up as an adult. And if I'm supposed to go to college and somehow teach kids that you don't be here, the only reason why we can't have world peace because you're all assholes to each other, and that's the shit that you grew up with. So, I'm being Commiso, but it's hard to be Commiso back home. When I was on the wrestling team, I felt comfortable with every wrestler on my team made me comfortable to wrestle that other. Even though when you're on the wrestling team, it feels like you're the only one on the wrestling team, on the wrestling mat. But you're on the wrestling team. So the wrestling team made me comfortable that I was doing good on the wrestling team. Then you all grew up as somehow a teenager. We all know when you become a teenager in high school in the world, people bully you more because you're a teenager. They must have watched Breakfast Club all around the world, and they picked on me like the Breakfast Club all around the world.
Just a few more, Freddy. No, you need to be vaccinated. But you've already given me a...
And that's what I came back home to. You know, if everybody somehow is, you know, to have a good... I was in the military and everything. If I could party with soldiers in the military, how the hell is this hard to party with civilians back home after 9/11? My grandpa died. I needed a family to party with. It ain't my fault Grandpa said the family's retarded. So I really believe Grandpa might be right. My family's retarded. So if my family's retarded, there's a chance that I'm retarded as a Commiso. So, you know, I see people that's mentally challenging partying American television with Johnny Depp and everything to Jackass. If Jackass can party with mentally challenged in the world, well, then we can have world peace, because, shit, that's some cool shit to do, man. Nowadays, people can party with mentally challenged, and that guy and person or woman or dude can have the same party time as everybody else on the streets in the world. So, it's your loss that people didn't party with me back home. Because even though I was the uptight, you act like I went to all the parties after high school. If you saw me at a party, that was the rarest. I was always in this apartment doing my homework. I played PlayStation. I played video games in the summer and went to the beach with my family in the summer. And when I went to school, I did my homework fast because I didn't like doing homework. So I did my homework fast so I didn't have to do my homework. And then I was out in space lane. That's why you all distract me on the wrestling mat. This was easy to distract Commiso on the, because I was in Kimishima class and we shot rockets. I think it was in Fisher. The same damn teachers followed me from Fisher because I had a space teacher and we shot rockets in Fisher. They trust me so much as a teacher in Fisher school that I saw a rocket get shot in Fisher school, as in you're in high school. I think they shot a rocket in, I think Kimishima shot a rocket. I always went to every class in high school. So, it's like, people forget you that you're in the class because I get bullied as Commiso on the wrestling. But Commiso was still in the same classes, you know. So I don't know what type of education you're teaching your disabled combat veterans after 9/0. But, you know, I got along with people in high school. As I got along, I'm an outcast, some type of nerd. I don't know what type of nerd I am. I'm so much of a nerd, I don't know what type of nerd I am. And I'm an outcast soldier after 9/11 attack. So, you know what? Someday Commiso can figure out where the cool parties are too, you know, in America. But I still have to organize my life back home. If y'all want to ask me cause questions at court around here. Oh, since you don't understand the internet, it gives you the right to treat you like shit as a human being, as an American citizen online. Right? Is that how people think? Oh, since we can hack your ass, we can screw your life over as people online.
What do you think this room's for? See?
That sucks. So maybe, you know, everybody acts like it's cool to go to cool parties, but how cool do you fucking have to be to party online? You know, if Johnny Depp can party with mentally challenged in the American movie, I thought that, see, I bet that's the whole point of that movie. Since I'm mentally challenged, you can't laugh at my movie because I'm mentally challenged in that movie. And you didn't laugh like I laugh. I understand movies. I'm like my grandpa. And they say I'm like Grandpa and Uncle Leon. So when I watch a movie, I understand them. So I'll be the only one laughing in the theater because I understood the movie, and you're all angry at me because just because you're mentally challenged doesn't mean mentally challenged understand a joke. You know? Just because somebody has a disability, they still understand the American joke online. But that's how uptight the internet is. You know, doesn't matter if everybody's good in the world online. You all come out to a reason to be You can't even laugh at that movie. So there's no laughter. And if you really watch movies, there is some type of comedy, laughter in every. There's comedy in every movie online. Because to people to understand movies, that means people understand movies in the world, and there'll be no more violence and crime on television and on the internet no more. Because they understand music, they understand movies. So I don't know. I think the number one thing that people need to chill out is education. Because that's what it seems you're all trying to teach me back home. You're trying to make an example out of a disabled combat veteran after 9/11. That's our law justice system. Even though the facts are the facts that, holy shit, is that Commiso at war for you all to sit there and still determine that I'll be a bad dad one day. That's what's wrong with the internet. You know, it's hard to change the world if you all give false statement and false lies to each other in the world. But it seems the more honest we are, as we all know exactly what people do, what does it take for people to get along with each other by now? If people can somehow make billions of porn online and don't have a nervous breakdown, how do you have a nervous breakdown over your American hero after 9? I still don't know what's the deal with my hometown law back home. For real? You all happy bad sites, because, yeah, we get it. The law gets all the sites. Then why are we allowed to view bad internet? Yeah, you would figure, shit, the law's on the internet. If kids use the internet too, 24 hours a day, then every kid should be safe to use the internet by now in the world. Because you're all adults, responsible adults. You know, yeah, it's cool when adults have fun at the water park. But the water park is for the kids, you know. But for kids to have fun at the water park, you too as an adult's got to get along at the water park for your kids to get along at the water park. So how hard is it for as an adult for people to get along in the world, to have world peace, so your kids can learn what world peace is in the world? So, you know what? Yeah, if that's the number one thing that you make your veterans believe, just because you guys can't go out of your way to make your veterans feel special back home after 9. Right? I was a specialist in the military, and the only reason why I really got out of the military, I could say, can I visit my family before I go back to war? Then I was staying in the military. I was wondering what the Commiso family and the McHughes family back home. Because you get old fast in the military. And where you was that first American soldier at the first duty station to you're an old ass motherfucker in the military. So I felt the same thing. They don't need me in the military no more after 9/11 as a soldier in the military. And I felt, they're going to make me feel the same way on the wrestling team. So the only reason why I got out, I felt that since I was the goofy guy in the military, nobody's going to listen to a goofy guy in the military. And I felt, since they won't listen to me, I get all my soldiers dead at war because I can't get people to listen to Commiso online. And that's the reason why I got out of the military. I was the goofy guy in every duty station. But I was still, no matter what they did to me, I felt like Fort Bragg got mad at me because I got out of the military in Fort Bragg. They want me to jump out of planes in Fort Bragg. I said, I'm not jumping out of planes. I stood up to the higher rank in Fort Bragg and they got mad at me. They said, Commiso, you're jumping out of the plane in the morning. I said, I'm not jumping out of a fucking plane. I would be too nervous to open to the parachute. You're supposed to open the parachute at a certain time. I'll be too nervous falling out of the sky because of Commiso in the Fort Bragg. That's why I didn't want to jump out of the plane. They said, Commiso, you're jumping out of the plane. I said, I'm not jumping. If you need me, I'll be in the barracks. I'm not jumping out of the plane. So I don't know what Fort Bragg did to me. But, you know, I miss my battle buddies. There were some battle buddies at Fort Bragg. But I felt like the other battle buddies that went to war with me, they were sad. Sergeant Edwards, I felt Sergeant Edwards was sad, the sergeant that went to Fort Bragg with me. We miss our battle buddies that we went to war with. And I felt like you lost a little Commiso in the military, as they lost Commiso in the wrestling team. I felt it. But I was a teenager. What do you expect me to do as a teenager in the high school? You know, I was sad. I couldn't understand how these three people or whoever keep trying to beat me up. Because I was a teenager in the movie Breakfast Club at you in high school around here. I was trying to figure out where all the cool kids on the block in high school. Because I wanted to get down with Commiso bad, so. But I guess I was a nerd in high school and they couldn't figure out where Commiso was. They all can bust down my door and GPS me where people are on the internet, but they can't figure out how to invite Commiso to a party. So I didn't make the internet uptight. It looked like people was having a good time in the 90s on the internet collecting Pokemon cards around here. They're in the gang across the street and they collected Pokemon cards. In the 90s, every kid was collecting Pokemon. That's how tough the streets are back in the 90s. So you all grow up to be an adult acting like they didn't collect Pokemon cards across the street because they're in the corny gang outside. I admit it. I like collecting Pokemon cards because I can draw that Pokemon that I like. That's the reason why I never played Pokemon. I only played Pokemon on Game Boy. I never played Pokemon as cards. I only played Pokemon on. I'm a video game man. So if the same rules is applied to the video game, I was really good. I only needed like 5 more Pokemons on the game. I only need like 5 more Pokemons, and my stupid ass beat the game before I got the 5 Pokemons. I could beat the game without the 5 Pokemons in the Game Boy. But I think you need all I think you have to catch them all. So when they made more Pokemon cards, I kind of gave up over the years collecting Pokemon because I think it's impossible to collect all. If they're making Pokemon cards every year, I can't keep up collecting Pokemon cards. And I'm missing out on all the adult parties. Even as an adult in high school around here, I'll probably miss all the cool parties in college because I'm in school collecting Pokemon cards as a 38-year-old veteran. I think it's more special to have more Pokemon cards than be in a relationship, and they're taking my Pokemon cards away from me in the relationship. So it's easier to collect Pokemon cards than be in a relationship online. Alright, I don't care. If I have a nervous breakdown trying to collect all the damn fucking I'd rather have a nervous breakdown collecting Pokemon cards than have a nervous breakdown being in a relationship. I think I'm single because I don't understand women. I don't understand what a relationship is. I thought I was doing all the right things in a relationship. And I'd rather sit there and collect Pokemon cards. That's how uptight the internet is. So, Pokemons, I'm down with Pokemon cards. And I don't even have to be in a relationship my whole life. But if my family don't want grandkids from me, well, you're doing a good job to cockblock me from pouring back home, and I had hardly any sex in the world my whole goddamn life. You think the barracks allow me to have a lot of sex in Europe? No. I was a drunken idiot getting everybody laid at the club in the barracks because I was a drunken idiot trying to lip sing the song in the barracks in Frankfurt, Germany. I felt that soul, you see? And my mind wasn't out to get every girl at the party. That's why it was easy to party with Commiso. Because I gave up trying to dance with all the girls at the party. I got drunk. I was happy when I was drunk serving my country. The first time I really got drunk was in the military. So I was drunk, stupid idiot Commiso, trying to pick up a girl in the barracks, but I just wanted to sing some songs when I was drunk, and I gave up trying to dance. That's the only reason why they got laid at a party after 9/11 in the barracks, because Commiso went back to Frankfurt and tried to get drunk with his battle buddies. I didn't get laid in the barracks in my first duty station. You see? So, if that's the number one reason why people stay alive is to find love in the world, well, I don't mind staying home with my kitty cat and smoke weed with my kitty cat. That's how hard it is to hang with each other on the internet.
I'd like to go shopping.
Yeah. You see? That's why I miss serving my country, because I got drunk with my battle buddies. That's the if they allow me to keep getting drunk with my battle buddies, I would have stayed in the military if they allow me to keep getting drunk with my battle buddies. You didn't even get a chance to get drunk at Fort Bragg. That's how good of a soldier I was. I was in the barracks trying to fix the barracks, and just because of me, they build new barracks at Fort Bragg. I told the higher up, there's mold. There's soldiers that's getting pregnant in the barracks, and the mold can damage the baby when you're pregnant. So they must have rebuilt barracks at Fort Bragg because of me, as Commiso. Last time I checked, I went to the newer barracks in Fort Bragg, and if they would have let me stay in the newer barracks, I would have stayed in the military. The newer barracks at Fort Bragg was compared to the barracks in whatever the heck that was. That had barracks from the civil. I had barracks from the Civil War online. I got new barracks at Fort Bragg because I told the paint, if you don't put the right paint on the walls, the black mold can damage the baby and the mom and the person, the lady. And I said, they put me on the phone with it was like a 4-star general. I'm a specialist talking to a 4-star general and says, sir, these barracks are bad for the soldiers because the soldiers getting pregnant and they're hurting the baby. And right when I was leaving Fort Bragg, they're all brand new barracks on Fort Bragg because of Commiso. So that's why the military got mad at Commiso. I must have got distracted of my hometown online as a family and everything.
So's my sister. You ever seen iCarly? No.
So whatever. If it takes this long to determine I'll be a bad dad one day because I watch the same fucking 3-point at court around here, that sucks. So whatever. I'm not a hater. I'm a free American veteran back home, and I just want to chill out as Commiso back home, you know. I know, I gotta exercise, but it's hard to get when you're a veteran. People don't give you that enough motivation like they give the motivation in the military.
Yeah, I don't think those
So,
Yuki kids are as nice as they seem.
I'm doing my best as I dress, but I don't want to sound like that. That's what's wrong with rap music. Everybody's trying to sound the same. You know, I want words to come out. If I come out with a good rap song, I want it to come from Commiso's heart. So I don't want to rap kindergarten words to people. That's why it's so easy to rap about each other. You're just picking out words in the dictionary to say in your sentence. So apparently you have to have the biggest word in the rap song to win, or I don't know. You could say ice cream and cakes and everybody's partying rapping to ice cream and cake. If that's how easy rap is, I rap about ice cream and cakes all the time, so everybody have a good time. That's how easy rap is. They're making rap more than rap. When you just can rap about ice cream and cake at the club, and everybody can have ice cream and cake at the club and have a good time, and have world peace. You see? That's how you guys are so much of a hater. You're all going out of the way to hate on each other on rap music in the world. But that's not the meaning of rap. A good rap song, you feel like when you listen to rap, you laugh at that rap song. Because if life's that fucking hard because of a damn rap song on the street, then there's something wrong in the world. If that street, you can't go to college because you live on that street in America, then they're not picking the right students to go to college. You know, if this guy lives on the hardest street online, I think he could go to college. But it's all bullshit. You know, you all act like every street is so bad because you gotta come up with a hard-ass rap to rap about. But people back in the day did not have to rap as hard as you trying to treat each other as people in the world. Oh. It's hard for me as a shy kid from high school in my hometown to talk to people because you guys you're grown as an adults across the street. If you didn't do nothing bad to me, then why everybody acts like they did? Just to irritate me because I got combat PTSD because I went to war after 9/11, and since I have a disability, I'm not capable of doing anything back home as Commiso. So it's hard to fit in, as I don't understand how I got along with soldiers at war. So yeah, I miss the military part, to where everybody's like got each other's back in the military too. Since I'm a veteran, nobody's capable of being my best friends back home and help me out back home as a veteran. So I highly doubt sex is that hard to watch online, as they make it so hard to they sell on television as sex. So I didn't come back home to be a player because I went to war with Marines and the Army and the Navy and the Air Force, and I don't even know what soldiers I went to war with. I was just the goofy guy in high school. So even I felt like everybody wanted to get to know me in the military, but I was a shy kid in high school in the military. So the only time I really talked when I was drunk at the club. I was dancing with officers in my first. They say you gotta party with the lower ranks. Ranks supposed to party with ranks. I was partying with the higher ranks in the military, and I didn't even know there were higher ranks in the military. I thought there was just a battle buddy in the military party with me with the higher ranks in the military. So I didn't treat anybody different in the military, as I was just drunk dancing with you as Commiso at the clubs around the world. So that's why it was cool to party with Commiso in the world, because it didn't matter what rank you was, I was partying with you. And they say, there must be something wrong with this. That's, I think, the number one thing at war. Everybody thought, how the fuck did Commiso join the military? And I'm like, well, because I have that, people made me feel like I couldn't make it in the military. So I felt like I had to work harder in the military. Everybody always made me feel that I'm not capable of having a girlfriend at a party, right? So everybody, not everybody, I guess some people, but mostly everybody made me feel, how the fuck did I make it at war after? I'm the goofy guy in high school. How the fuck did I serve my country after 9/11? And Commiso has the same question. But I did it. I made it through war after 9/11. I was flying around. I saw a lot of cool countries. You know, even the fact that there was planes crashing into buildings. Commiso's flying around, and I was a tourist. I was having fun in Germany. I had fun in Berlin, Cologne. I party mostly in Europe. There was times where my battle buddies took me to countries, and I didn't even know what countries I was. That's where my battle buddies. I thought I was in Italy at one. I said, this statue. I asked, when you're drunk, everybody speaks English in Europe. When everybody's drunk in Europe, everybody speaks English. So I asked a random person, I said, what's that statue? And that's the Queen holding Jesus. And I thought, isn't that Italy? I was on the smallest streets in the world in Italy, and my battle buddies somehow took me there, and I didn't realize I was in Italy. That's how drunk I was serving my country. They grabbed my roommate, Hartley. My first roommate in Ray Barracks was Hartley. And I thought, because he was from the South and I'm from the East Coast, we're just not going to get along because he's the Southern guy and I'm the white guy that listens to rap music. But I got along with a Southern guy because I drank with the Southern guy in America. Whatever drinking group I was out drinking everybody in Europe because I hang with a Southern guy at war. So there was at one point I was trying to drink all these shots. The more shots you drink at the club, the more you earn points. So I thought if I win you win female panties at the club. So I drank over 13 shots at I think it was Spain. Was it Spain? I was in Spain, and I drank all the shots in Spain to try to see if this girl liked me by winning panties. Well, you know what? I'm the love guru. If I had sex in the barracks, I didn't notice it. I don't feel like I did. So I was the love guru. I got the panties, and the other guy took the girl at the party. But I won the panties for her. See? You know, I think if there's enough women at the party, we all can party. Well, you all fight over that one woman. That's not how I am when I party. If I was winning the panties for this girl, I should have got that girl because I won the panties in the barracks. But no, man. No. I'm the love guru. Everybody got married in the barracks because of Commiso, and they got a family because of Commiso. And they party with me and everything. Because I was too drunk trying to party at the party. I just wanted to dance and have a good time. I didn't really care about, as long as I get to dance with the girls at the party. That's all. You don't act like I had a really good time serving Europe is cool as hell. Europe is different from now. Countries change. And Europe was cool to serve my country after an island. Even partying in Europe online. So, the reason why there were parties in the world, because Commiso somehow started I was in the barracks all the time in basic training. So the first thing when I got to my first duty station, I could travel. They had traveling, how they have traveling agencies in America? They had a traveling agency on my Ray barracks. So when I looked at the picture as a base, I said, I need a vacation after basic training. I just graduated from high school. We all know how high school is. Then I went to basic training. Everybody knows how basic training is. Then I went to AIT. Everybody knows what AIT. So when I went to the first, I was overseas. Serving your country overseas is cool. Because I never went to this country before. So I was the new kid on block in my first duty station. And I had to get out of the barracks. They say you have to have a battle buddy to travel with you. But I was so excited that they said I could travel. And wait, it's easy when you're in Europe. It's a lot easier to travel in Europe. So once you're over there, you can go to all the countries when you're in Europe, because all the countries are all connected together. So I had fun in Europe. That's why when everybody went back home, I didn't want to go home. If they would have kept me overseas, I would have stayed in the military. Because I would just party. I go to Italy. People don't like going to Amsterdam. I heard there's a American base in Amsterdam. We all be stoned in the barracks in Amsterdam. But I kind of fell out of the military. I fell out of the military. So this is where I am now in history. It seems that only the reason why people hack your computer nowadays is to screw you up the asshole as Commiso online. So, I don't know what everybody's issue is. And that's all I have to say about that. As Commiso. That I was like Forrest Gump, and I don't know how Forrest Gump got in the military. I was Forrest Gump in the military. Because I was just the goofy guy in the military, and then the shy guy can't talk to the women at the. But everybody, all my battle buddies had fun serving my country with Commiso after night. So you would figure back home it shouldn't be that hard for people to hang with you back home. But we all know when you become an adult, you all have to focus on the bigger words in the dictionary. As we as kids didn't have to focus on the biggest words in the other school. So, just because you know more words around here doesn't give you the right to throw all these words at me at court around here. So, I think it's unfair that the law sits there and get mad at you, acting like sex is the worst thing online. Sex ain't the worst thing online. Sex is keeping the internet going. If it wasn't for the sex and the partying online, there'd be no internet in the world. So, I'm doing my best back home where it seems when you're a veteran, people give you even more of a harder time because they found out that I'm a veteran. I guess people want to know how much I could take back home instead of welcome me back home as a veteran at court around. Overall, where I'm being bullied and getting called names because I'm not cool enough to party with back home, I still feel like I teach, it's still a role model to the kids in the world where as an adult I stood up to a gang outside and saying there's better things in this world than join a group of assholes outside. Right? Everybody's is responsible for their own lives online. But it's kind of cool that instead of people just staring at you and watching you, people care about you as the internet. That's the internet you want to teach your kids. You want to teach your kids to care about each other as kids online. Not this, holy shit, you had all this sex online as the law now you're having a fucking nervous breakdown and shit. So, it ain't my fault. You all knew I was a veteran. You can all lie to yourselves, act like nobody knows what goes on the internet, but it just sucks that one person has to take it up the asshole while there's enough people in the world for people don't have to die in this world no more. We are all smart enough for people don't have to die on planet Earth no more. That's how smart we are. But instead, I'm back on the wrestling team, and you forgot about Commiso on the wrestling team. When the wrestling team partied, I only went to like 2 parties on the wrestling team. And I was always going to school and classes. And I hardly got a bad attendant in schools around here. If I was so cool at school, I played hooky one day and sneaked back in school, and the teachers didn't even know Commiso left the school. That's how tight I was with the teachers. That's how nice I was to the teachers. That's how nice I was to the students. It's easy to get along with Commiso in the classroom where you all sit there and, oh, it's the real world now, so we all deserve to treat each other like shit because it's the real world. So that didn't make any sense to me. So, yeah, I want to go to college. I don't want to mess up my life back home. I think I can do at least a little bit more as Commiso. I served my country. I could have got a scholarship on the wrestling team. I got A's and B's, and it's harder for me because I have a speech impediment, and it's harder for me to read a book than everybody else in the classroom. So, it sucks that people can show you one mistake in the world to all the good things I did in the world. So, I hardly made any mistake back home for everybody at church and judge me back home. That's how I feel. I came back home. Everybody's my dad and my mom back home as a veteran. Everybody's my therapist back home as a veteran. Everybody's like treating me like you can't figure out how to party with me back home kind of thing. But I was the goofy guy at war. I'm lucky that I'm back home alive from war after 9/11. Life can't be that hard if Commiso flew all over the world after 9/11 and somehow Commiso came back home alive. It sucks that people teach each other's kids in the world that the world is so hard to travel in the world. And Commiso somehow did it. And Commiso, and how slow and stupid you made me sound in school, in classes. If Commiso somehow can travel all around the world and come back home alive, this life ain't that bad. And it sucks that assholes in the world, it sucks there's assholes in the world. Everybody's got an asshole, you know. Everybody in the world. Can you teach the law that everybody has an asshole? Even kids got assholes in the world. But instead of teaching your kids how to survive, you act like this world is so... Teach your kids how to survive and have a good life in the world. Compared to 600 BC to the 21st century, I highly doubt kids in the world can travel the world and still have a good time in the world. So I don't understand the assholes in the world.
I'm depressed.
So that's who I am, and I don't have to be on live television to show how Commiso is in the world. That's how simple it is. That's why the Marines got along with me and them. Simplify. You don't act like it's so complicated. Huh? Man, if you good parents teach their kids how to cross the street, they're good parents that taught that kid how to cross that street. That's how simple the goddamn world is online. But as a veteran, you all distracted me because I'm a veteran. And for you all to sit there and act like Commiso didn't do enough for you all to sit there and act like I'll be a bad parent one day. So, I'm not a hater. Apparently, you all have to go out of your way as the bad guys to make me look like a hater as a veteran. So, this is your disabled combat veteran after 9/11. Michael Commiso and the Battle Buddies on.